Hey guys, what's going on today? So I got myself into a little project today on the 335 as I'm here building it. And what that is replacing the front seats. The front seats stock in this car are non-sport seats. They're the factory comfort seats. They're the Dakota leather. So they're nice seats, but they're just no support. You know, they don't hug you at all, and they leave you hanging when you're going down the road and flying around twisties. So we need something a little bit more. And what I managed to find was a set of M3 seats. These come out of a E92 M3. I had to drive all the way up to Charlotte, North Carolina from Georgia to get them, which is about 4 hours each way. But I'd say it's worth it considering I paid 250 bucks for them. Yeah. Seats usually go for about 600 to a grand. I paid 250 bucks for, so I'd say that was a damn steal. As you can see, they hold you in place a lot more because they're M3 seats. They're adjustable, so they can hug you when you're going around in the corners. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna be swapping in there. The swap is real easy if you buy E90 M3 seats. I bought E92 M3 seats. The only difference is in the coupes, the seat belt actually mounts to the chassis. It doesn't mount to the seat like the sedans. So what I'm gonna have to do is drill out that little metal piece right there so the factory seat belt can attach to it. I'll show you guys over here. And like I said, this is irrelevant. If you buy some E90 M3 seats, they will slap right in, bolt right up, and you're good to go. The E92 M3 seats will bolt right in. Rail is the same, harness is the same, exactly the same. Only difference is, like I said, the seat belt on the coupes mounts to the chassis down here. To the sedans, it mounts over here. On the forums, I didn't know if this was possible because a lot of people were saying it's not possible to actually do it. Maybe you could swap the bottoms, but from looking at it, it is. So as you can see, it goes up under here and anchors, and then it threads in right there from the factory. So you can see the threads are missing on that coupe seat. So what I'm going to do is just use the factory bolt, drill a hole, and use a washer and a nut, and it'll be just as secure, if not more secure, than the factory mounting right there. Like I said, completely irrelevant if you're swapping E90 M3 seats. E90 M3, the hole's already there. The E92s, you can do it. A lot of people in the forums weren't sure. You can do it. So that's how you do it. So I'm going to show you guys how to take the stock seat out. I'm going to drill those other ones. We're going to slap them in and see how everything works. So the first step is to remove the stock seats, and to do that, there is a little piece of plastic that goes over the stock seatbelt mounting location. It's got that little tab right there, and then two little tabs on the end. You pry that off, and then you have a T50 Torx that screws into there. So you're going to remove that, and that's off. Then what you need to do is there's 4 bolts that mount it to the floor. You have 1, you have 2. So we're going to push the seat all the way back, remove those. Then you got to push the seat all the way forward, and it's easier to access them from the back, obviously. I'm going to keep pushing, 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 and then you'll see they'll reveal themselves. Right there. So let's jump in the back. One there, one there. And then you see how nasty a previously owned by somebody else auction car actually is. I'm kind of scared to take the seat out because it seems like it's going to be a lot more under there, but at least we can get it clean, real clean. So yeah, you got those 4 T50 Torx bolts. The 5th one is the seatbelt one. We're going to pull those off. We're going to tilt the seat back, and before we remove the harness, what you want to do is remove the battery. Make sure you come back in the trunk, come up in here, remove the positive and negative terminal, and kill all the power to the car before you actually remove the harness. I'll show you guys what the harness looks like when we get under there. So back here we got the battery disconnected, both the negative and the positive. It's just a 10mm on each. We want to do that after we remove all the bolts, because obviously we want all the bolts gone, and we can't do that without moving the seat back and forth. So don't cut the power until you have the bolts out of both seats. Once you have that, you can flip the seats up, and then we can see how nasty it is under here. I mean, this is probably several owners of not cleaning, obviously. Nobody takes their seats out unless you're an enthusiast, so you're gonna have stuff like this. And I already vacuumed some stuff out. You guys didn't even want to see how bad it is. Like, if you think this is bad, it's a lot worse. So we come down to the harness under here. The harness has 2 clips. I already popped them out so I can show them to you guys. One there, and that's what slides into this metal bracket right here. Once we do that, there is a black tab on top right here. This right here, it pulls out, and then the harness pops out like that. And then when we install the new seats, it's just going to be the opposite. Push it in, push that into lock, and you're good to go. So yeah, just pop those out on both sides, and that's it. The seats are free. We're going to pull them out, clean the living hell out of the carpet, and then pop the new ones in. Like I said before, make sure to disconnect that battery unless you want an airbag light coming on the dash. If you have the power connected, disconnect the harnesses, it will pop up an airbag light on the dash, and you will have to reset that either yourself if you can do it, or you'll have to take it to the dealer, which you don't want to do. So make sure you got that battery off. So let's get these out of here and get the new ones in. We got the carpet all nice and cleaned up with how nasty it was. And then we just simply put the seats in place. That's all you got to do. Just put them in place exactly where the mounting holes are. Make sure that you plug in the harnesses on both seats. You have to plug in the harnesses before you throw that battery back on, or you will show an ABS light on the car. So make sure you plug those back in, and then we're going to put the battery back on so you can move them back and forth to put the seat bolts back on. So we got the seat bolts back in, and then I worked on doing a little modification to them to be able to put the seat belts, since these are E92 seats. Like I said before, if you have E90 seats, it'll bolt right in on the bottom, and it'll bolt right in here, just like the factory when you removed. If you buy E92 seats, I just happen to find a good deal. There's no reason to if you could find a clean set of E90 M3 seats. But if you do, all you got to do is tap a hole in the factory location, which is what I did. Tap the hole, threaded it, and then put that factory bolt in there, just like it's factory. It's that simple and it's that easy. There's a lot of questions on whether it would work or not. It works. And then you could even use the factory cover, pop that back on, and you're good to go. So let me pop that back on, and then we'll see what it looks like all finished up. So there we go. There's the final look at them. It looks exactly like factory, and it's that simple. Nice and clean, and they're just tighter than the comfort seats and just work a lot better. See, everything functions as it should. And that's that. It's a simple little upgrade to your 335. And yeah, if you guys like the video, feel free to subscribe for more. There's still a bunch coming on this car and a few others. And leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.